Welcome back, everyone. Going in here to part number 2 of episode 73. Adam, what's going on?
Well, I thought we would just drag all the action to a halt and maybe roll up a new character for you. Do you want to do that?
We
just
could.
Go ahead and...
By the way,
cool.
I'm 100 XP from level, which also means that I'm 100 XP from the new starting level
Threshold.
for everyone on the show. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. Hold on, buddy. Hold on.
Yeah.
I might be inclined to be merciful about the 100 XP. That's a real punch in the dick.
I wouldn't want it.
But
I wouldn't want the mercy.
We'll start with, see, that's why I respect you, JP. And I'm like, I'm thinking about being merciful. And you're like, choke on it, Adam.
Yeah.
Choke on it. Attaboy. That's my JP. All right. So, Berg, you know there is a god loose in the archives. You are the fastest member of your troop. The archives are dark. So Ramus and I guess we didn't really think about it. You're like running in the dark, basically, Kalimat. But Ramus, you have a light source because I assume you cast light before you went down into the dungeon. Mm-hmm. But Berg, you could take off ahead of your friends if you wanted to.
But I don't know if Berg would do that though, because it doesn't make sense for him to leave everybody. And I don't know what state Sally's in.
Yeah, I mean, Kalimat, you can be trying to encourage Berg to act in a certain way. Raymond, same thing.
They kind of have to follow me if they want to get there in time. I don't want them to get lost.
You could also...
You know the way, right? Otherwise, I'm flying blind either way. I can see things, but...
Well, so remember the way, like... Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't have like a mark on the wall leading to the creature.
Right.
But you also, and you haven't mentioned this to your friends, Kalimat, but you also know that, like, it's a matter of time, right? Because this thing's coming after you.
Right, but we need to save Solly though. We need to get where Solly is to make sure he's okay. So
Berg, what are you gonna do?
Oh wait, no, we have locate person going, right? We can just follow Ramus.
Yeah. How long does it last, Ramus?
An hour.
Okay, yeah, so sure. Yeah, you can, Ramus, so both Ramus and Kalimat can both find their way. Yeah. Berg, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, Berg is just going to say to the others, like, I can run ahead. Do you want me to stay with you or run?
Don't run ahead. You'll get lost in this place, trust me. I say we follow Ramus.
Yes, I know where Sally is. He's right there. I can feel him in that direction.
Okay, so Ramus is the slowest member of the group. So if you want to, we could just go Berg, Ramus, Kalimat. You all travel as far as Ramus can go, which is 60 feet around.
Yes.
So you're actually, I redid the math because I'm terrible at math. You went 3 rounds at 90 feet around, which means you're 270 feet away, which means that at max speed for Ramus, someone has already done this math faster and better than me, but that's 270 divided by 60. It'll take 4.5 rounds to get to Kalimat.
So, yeah.
Okay, so is that the plan? Do you all just want to go at 60 feet?
Better that than get lost.
Okay, all right. So we begin the countdown. The first round of running towards Salihafa occurs. Okay. Sully, JP, can we get a?
Yeah, that means at least 4 death
save?
saves will occur, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you get all the first, you might get the first 3 and just knock it.
Yeah, maybe. Here we go.
No! What in the fuck is going on?
I'm not dead. I'm not dead. I got 1 more to go.
He's not dead. He's got 1 more failed save. So he needs to survive 3 rounds, getting a 10 or better on a d20. Oof. All right. So while you are moving towards Salihafa, Itias the Forgotten is moving as fast as he can towards Kalimat. So if you're 270 feet, if a fucking train leaves Pittsburgh going 270 feet around, so let's see. He travels, I know what his per round is. So, okay. This round, nothing happens. You're all moving towards each other. It's happening. Okay. All right. So Berg, Ramus, and Kalimat continue their hard dash. Lungs burning, muscles burning, hearts pounding. Your friend dying somewhere in this archive. Kalimat and Ramus directing you around each corner as you rush forward. Sully Hoffa, I need a death save from you. Now, before you roll this, you can use inspiration.
I don't have
or
it because I used it at the start of the fight.
Someone else can. If someone else has inspiration, they can give it to you.
That's true.
If anybody have inspiration?
I don't have it.
I'd love to lie and say that I have it, but I don't.
Sure. I mean, I think Ramus, I think it's reasonable for you for that whole scene with the priest.
Yeah,
I didn't give it to you because I assumed you had it, but yeah. So if you want to have it and then give it to
I will.
to Sully.
I'll give it to Sully.
Okay. All right. So Sully, make 2 death saves.
All right, I'll roll 2 d20s then.
Okay.
By the way, I just want to state I'm totally cool either way this goes because I get to play a new character or I get to level up. So doesn't matter to me.
Sure.
That's a 9. That's 7. I'm dead.
That's it. All right. So bitten by, and this is the a turtle who spent his whole life seeking to uncover forgotten knowledge dies to the venomous bite of a god of forgetting. It's kind of poetic in its own bummer kind of way. So Sully Hoffa, somewhere in the archive, and I guess Ramus, your spell stops.
I just
working.
feel nothing.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, just feel it. It's gone. There's only
and Ramus, as Ramus is saying that, you hear a crash of something hitting one of the shelves, and you hear the terrible skittering of these monstrous claws against the stone, and that's when around the corner you see barreling this enormous centipede-like silverfish-looking creature, and he comes rolling around the corner and rushing towards you. So Berg, this is where we can switch back to the turns because he is currently 70 feet away from you. You can see him just at the edge of the light.
Okay.
It is.
Is there any at this moment? Is there any time for dialogue at all, to say anything to him?
I mean, yeah, he's barreling towards you in a frothing rage.
Yeah. Berg, I guess we'll just confirm to Ramus, Ramus, he's gone.
no, I can still save him. We have to get there in time, though. You distract the thing.
Fine. Berg runs at, let me see, how far away is he? This is where, distance matters. He said he's 70 feet away?
Yes, he's currently 70 feet away from you. Yep.
Okay. The only ranged weapon I have is a blowgun.
Yeah. Or if you want to, you can hold your action and say once he gets stand in front of Kalimat or something and say once he's within range of you, you make an attack on him.
Yeah. Sure. That'll be my. Well, can I hold action to go into a rage and make an attack, or is it rage then?
You can rage now and then hold your action. Yeah. You want to do that?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
All right. Rage. Is this a Berserker rage?
Feels like it should be. Yes.
Okay. All right. So you throw yourself into a Berserker rage. So that'll last you 10 rounds, and then you're gonna hold your action.
Yep.
Okay. Ramus, what are you gonna do?
I am going to run 60 feet in the last direction I felt Sully. So I'm just going to...
Yeah, you got to go past this thing to get to him.
I will use my movement to try to avoid it, stepping to the side, because I think
basically
I can...
there's a 70-foot long stretch of corridor, 70-foot long straight from you to it. It's about 20 feet wide. So Yeah, I mean, you have to go towards it, but you could stick to
Mhm.
one side or the other and hope it barrels past you.
Yeah, I'll try to get on the side where he's not going. I'm gonna try to let him run past me because I have a
Okay.
feeling he's going after. I don't think he's
Yeah,
going
and-
after me.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, while we're running, I would say that like
It's so-
he
it's so
really
great.
wants me and then me
It's great.
alone.
It's great because Ramus, you are moving, you're running directly towards it. You'll end your turn 10 feet away, and then it'll barrel past you, hopefully.
Hmm.
So that's what you want to do?
Yes, that's the plan.
Okay, so you move another 60 feet, which puts you 3 of the 4 rounds of movement away from... so you're 3 rounds away. Okay, so another 1.5 rounds before you get there.
I have 9 rounds to get there before I can't save him.
I
Okay,
stopped
so 9
dead in my like if we're still like running together, I stopped dead in my tracks and let those two go ahead.
Okay, so it's not your turn. So we'll do Ramus
Yeah.
first. So Ramus is move, and then you're good. Okay, Kalima, now it's your turn. So it's you and Berg standing next to each other in the hallway. You were running forward. You see the thing come around. Berg lifts the hammer, snarls, and you can see him bracing. Like he pumps himself up, gets braced for the attack.
I tell him, it's me you want. Come get me.
Okay, all right. Do you want to do what do you want to do with your actions?
I'll fucking shoot a goddamn bolt at him. How far away is he?
He's 70 feet away from you.
Oh yeah, I can definitely shoot a bolt at him.
Range, yeah.
Right? Oh wait, hold on. What's the
I don't know.
range?
It's a hand crossbow.
Right.
Oh.
Range is
I thought
30,
you were-
120.
Thought you're doing magic.
No, all of my magic makes everybody get away from me. Like it makes people run away or it pushes them, that kind of shit. So
So why can't you? You can't. You should be within range. It's like 30 to 120, right?
No, that's a hand. That's a small crossbow or a light crossbow.
the
This
hand
one is
crossbow
a-
is 30, 120. I just looked at it.
yeah, so you can still shoot it. You're just at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's how they're.
No reason not to.
All right.
Can you not sneak it? Well, you can be able to. You can sneak attack. Could you?
Um,
No, because there's no enemies in the area. Close enough to them.
yeah. In fact, let me hold on a second here. You said 70 feet?
Yes, he is 70 feet away from you.
Okay. I'm going to walk like 15 feet
Okay.
up to
So now
him.
you're ahead of Berg, which in yeah, okay. All right.
I'm going to walk 15 feet up to him, ahead of him, and just as I'm walking, you just hear like the worst possible fucking like string of insults and swears and all this kind of shit. Like, you fucking ugly bug, you come after me, you have nothing to do with that turtle, you know, that kind of shit. And I'm doing like vicious mockery, basically.
Okay. Sure.
So let me just put that in chat there.
Okay.
DC 15 or 5 damage.
Okay. But mostly you're trying to get his attention is the thing.
Get his attention, and he gets disadvantage. If he fails his wisdom throw, he gets disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So he definitely is like, he knows where you're at. He can smell you, and
Yep.
you get his attention, and he's ready to get up on. So he does. He rushes at you. He blows right past Ramus.
Okay.
Ramus, if you'd like to, you can make an attack of opportunity on him.
Yes, since I'm Warcaster, I can cast a spell. So I'm going to just hit him with Toll the Dead.
Okay. Yeah, do it. Okay.
So 19.
Okay, he gets the save.
Jesus.
Okay. So he gets the save. He blows past you. You like reach out. He doesn't even notice you. It's like you're not even there. He just rushes past you, splatters you with some of his blood from his like cut off, and he rushes right at Kalima.
Before I have a I had a bonus action left. Is that correct?
Yeah. I think so.
Action,
You
bonus action, right?
move 15 feet, used your action. So you actually still have 15 more feet of move and you have your bonus action. Yeah.
Cool. Then I will give Bardic Inspiration to Berg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Like
Okay.
I that's basically what I'm saying is like during those insults that I'm like throwing at him, I'm telling him like, my fucking orc friend is going to rip you apart. You don't even know. You think you're a god. Gods can be killed. Isn't that right, Berg? That's right, motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So Berg, you'll get the extra. What is it? A D6 right now?
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, so he barrels forward. Ramus tries to use the ability. The creature ignores you, Ramus, and then Itias dives on Kalimat. So Kalimat, you get attacked. Berg, you don't get to use your held action because Kalimat is ahead of you now, so the creature never gets to you. So he takes his attack. You'll just have to run up and attack him on your next turn.
Yeah. How far away is he now?
From you, he's 15 feet ahead.
Okay.
But I rolled really bad, so it looks like he misses you, Kalimat.
Nice.
So yeah, pours up towards you, snaps his mandibles at you. You duck and roll out of the way. Mandibles snap off of the ground. Berg, it is your turn.
I'm gonna run up and smack that bitch.
Okay. All right. So let me just check one thing about rage here. So I think you have to, you have to attack this turn. So let's see. It lasts for 1 minute, ends early. If you haven't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn. Oh, at the end of this turn. Yeah. So you're fine.
At the end of this turn, I was gonna say.
Okay. So you move up, no problem. You clear the distance and leap up against this thing. And now you did a rage. So you have three actions if you want to use your bonus action to make that initial attack.
Yep.
All right, 3 attacks.
And is a D6 for attack rolls. It's not for damage. Right?
It's attack rolls. Yeah.
Gotcha. 18. 3 psychic.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
18. That's way too much. 13, 14, 15. 15. Sorry, 15. I don't know why I said 18. 15, 3 psychic. That's first attack. Second attack.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Got another hit.
Mm-hmm. So another 14,
15.
Yep.
15
Okay.
and another psychic. 6 psychic. And third and final. Yeah. Also, this one I'm gonna use the double damage or roll again. What is that? Let me see.
You get to roll one more damage die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want to roll another D6 worth of psychic damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Probably should use it on the 6.
I mean, it doesn't make any difference, right? It's just you roll another die. Okay. So 6 psychic plus 15. So 24.
I believe so. I didn't math the thing.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's 20, 21.
21, yeah.
Okay, great. So yeah, you run up and just like start laying into him with the conduit, and there's crunching of shell and splattering of this greenish black blood all over the place. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a nightmare mess, and you are just like hammering the shit out of him. Okay, so Ramus, it is your turn.
I'll move 60 feet in the last direction I felt Sully. I have like a focal point of where I last felt him. So
yeah, so this place is like a complicated maze of hallways, but you do have, I'll give you a roll. Make a wisdom saving throw, DC 14 to kind of keep track.
Okay. 23.
Okay, so you're pretty sure you're still on guard here. So cool. So this has been two rounds. You have what? 8 rounds more?
8 rounds.
Okay. All right. So I'll count this down. So 10 rounds. 1. This is 2. Okay. All right. So Kalimat, it is your turn.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of anything that has like full. Okay, so bonus action, move action. It takes an action to get the poisony blade like all poisoned up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Did he use the bardic inspiration? Did you use it?
He hasn't used it yet. No.
He hasn't used it. Okay. So we still got that. 10 minutes. Let's see. Everything I have takes an action. Oh my God, what? Oh, this is gonna be stupid.
Okay.
I mean, I'll disengage.
Yeah.
Try and
that's your action.
yeah, disengage is an action. It's a bonus action, right?
Yes. So that's so you want to use cunning action to disengage?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Cunning action.
Disengage is as my cunning action.
So you're blind right now because Ramus has run off with the light. Just so you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't see.
Oh, great.
Yeah, Ramus ran around the corner. Berg can
well,
still
then,
see.
well, since since we're right next to each other, like I can feel Berg, right?
You can.
So,
yes, you can feel Berg near you.
Okay, all I really want to do is put Berg between me and the creature. So
sure.
I want to.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can just like move behind
Like
Berg.
you can find me, and then just go right behind me. That kind of.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
You probably get like elbowed in the face while you're doing it because Berg is screaming and flailing.
Yeah.
So yeah, disengage, move like whatever 5-10 feet, and then power up, get the poison on the blade.
Okay, all right. So you draw the blade. Can you? This is the first time you've done this, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. 12.
Okay. All right. So you draw the blade. And it's perfect. It's in the dark too. So it's like you hear the snick of it like coming out of the scabbard. You squeeze the handle. You feel like a wet sort of like slithering feeling like run up your spine, like you shiver. And you could swear it's probably your eyes playing tricks on you, but you could swear that you could see a part of the darkness that is darker than the rest kind of just shift past your vision. Just a slithering feeling of something nearby, and then it passes. And we see kind of in dark vision mode, we see the blade, a single drop of black venom slide down the blade and just drip onto the floor. Cool. All right. So that's disengage was your cunning action. You moved and you activated, you envenomed the blade.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, the big guy, he's gonna move.
Now I have a question. Does his want to eat me, does he even notice like anything weird about Berg or Tulpa or like anything about that? Okay.
No, not right now. No. Tulpa is hidden from the world by Berg's like cage of flesh.
Yeah.
I was wondering like Berg's like destiny or something like that was like giving off some sort of vibe.
I am the armor that shields Tulpa.
Yeah, you hide Tulpa from the world. Yeah. Okay, so Idihas is hungry for some tasty rogues, so he's gonna take a bite. Try and take a bite out of you. Now you're blind, so he has advantage.
Did you say he moved?
Yeah, he didn't move out of your range though.
Okay.
He's big and he has like
just double checking.
I'll let you know if you have an attack of opportunity on him. So he squirms around the side, tries to like push Berg out of the way, and chomp down on Kalimat. So I gotta roll this twice. Okay, so I assume your AC is not 22. Yeah. So
Nope.
make a Constitution save for me.
Okay.
Okay, so you make the con save. So you take 11 damage, 11 poison damage, and you're not
It's
poisoned.
not too bad.
Yeah,
And can I use the uncanny dodge to have that?
you can, yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So
Okay.
that's rounding to 5 or 6.
It rounds down, so it's 5.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Okay, it is your turn, Berg.
We smack-a-lacking him.
Okay.
More hits with Tulpa's conduit. Come on, big rolls. Right.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Plap. 18.
18.
6 psychic.
Okay, you're getting close.
Second hit.
Nice.
18 again. 3 psychic.
So that's 16. That's 30, 36 total.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
And
third and
your one
final.
more.
I don't know if that's enough.
It is. Yes, it is enough.
Another 14, or sorry, 15. 2 psychic.
Okay. All right. So you like smash, 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 and it like Kalimot, you just feel like blood like splattering up onto you. Berg, you drive the thing into the floor. You're just like hammering away at it. It's on its last legs. It is still alive, but just barely.
That bird's literally
Ramus. Yeah, he's screaming, smashing the thing. So Ramus, you want to continue running in the direction
Yeah.
that you thought? Okay.
I'll follow the trail of blood that the creature left.
Yeah. There's this like blood and destruction trail, right? There's like broken crates from where he barreled into it. Okay. So this is the 4th round. So you are 30 feet away from Kama. You don't, Ramus doesn't know this, but one more move will get you to him and then you'll have an action on your turn.
Awesome.
Okay. All right. So Kalimot, it is your turn. What would you like to do, Kalimot?
I'm gonna fucking stab this thing.
Okay, so you have disadvantage because you're blind, but you can still make the attack.
Trying to think of a way that I can give myself not disadvantage.
Right, try to get advantage from something. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have any. Like I have message and vicious mockery for cantrip. So no light sources. I mean, it's a light weapon, so I can attack twice.
You don't have 2 attacks per round.
I thought that's what like the light connotation of a weapon is. It's
that's just you can if you have 2 of them. If you had another one of these daggers, you could attack twice.
oh okay. I see what you're saying. Gotcha. All right. Let's see. All right. Well, let's give it an attack.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm like, after I attack, I'm planning on like doing the rogue thing where you disengage and get back behind him again.
Mhm.
Now, did that do anything for me at all? Like, did he have to?
It lets you sneak attack, but you can't. You're blind, so.
So no sneak attack.
Let me double check. So sneak attack, you deal an extra d6 to any creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the roll, but you don't need it if you have another target and you don't have disadvantage. So no, you can't sneak attack. You have disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you're blind.
Now does that count for? Oh, so okay, so it'd just be a regular attack at disadvantage with no sneak attack damage.
Correct.
Great.
But you'll get your damage from the dagger and whatever the poison stuff is.
Yeah. Fuck it. Let's just go.
Okay.
17? That's the hit last time.
That's a hit. Yep, that's enough to hit.
Yay.
Wow, that's a good roll.
enough.
Okay,
Yeah.
so roll your
Get
damage.
him.
Okay. So
9 and then
9 piercing. And then how much poison damage? What are the rules for?
it is DC 15 con save or take 2d10 poison damage,
Okay.
which he'll save, I'm sure.
He does not. Would you like to roll
Wow.
the 2d10,
Holy
the 2d10
fuck, what?
poison? The 2d10 poison damage? Now remember, he's a big poison using centipede, so roll good on this. He's
13?
dead. You kill him. Yeah, you got him.
Oh my fucking god.
So he
Jesus
like,
Christ.
shoulders Berg aside, and in one last terrible attempt to kill you, just leaps on you, right? He climbs up on top of you and like starts to bring his mandibles down. And in your blindness, like you just jab out with the knife and it bites into the thing. You hear it hiss in pain. It throws itself backwards and flails around and then falls dead.
Yeah. Well, as I stab the thing in, I just like, I can't see anything. So I just stab where I can, both hands just up in the air, and I just jam it as hard as I can into whatever purchase it'll take. And I just like, you want me? Here I am.
Yeah, and he like writhes and his mouth is frothing and his little arms like wriggle up, and then he unfolds and lies dead on the ground. So meanwhile, so Berg, what do you want to do? It's dead.
Oh, it's dead? I know it's dead, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
Berg's gonna hit it for one more good measure. Just bah! Right in its
Yeah, okay. All right. So Ramus, you come around the corner. You see lying on the ground, you see Salihafa. And you this is the beginning of your turn. You see him. What do you want to do?
All right. Seeing him on the ground, I immediately go, oh God, and run towards him.
Okay. So you're going to use the move action to get up to him?
Get up to him.
Okay. So at the end of your move action, you get to him, and you realize you're not alone. You smell a familiar scent in the air, a very particular kind of tobacco smoke. And
oh fucking god!
Leaned against the wall. He's not wearing his like usual traveler's garb. He's dressed just like a simple priest of the tower. He has the priest's, like, he's just like a monk basically. And he's smoking his pipe. He sees you run over, and he says to you, "What do you think you're doing?"
I need him to help me infiltrate the vault.
It's too late. He's gone. Heaven's already got his soul. What, you're going to ask for it back?
It's not too late. There are ways to bring him back.
This isn't like you, Ramus. You can find other servants. You've done it before.
Yes, but I hate having to learn a new one and befriend them all over again. This is easier for me.
I have to tell you, Ramus, I'm very disappointed. After everything you've been telling Berg. And now you want to try to bring this one back.
Well, I thought you'd be at least a little happy that we destroyed the damn Sun Temple.
A trifle. I told you to find the Devil's Vault. And this is what you do? Running around in here, killing some god no one cares about anymore.
We weren't in here for the god. We were in here to get information to help us with the vault. And I need to know what he knows.
He shakes his head and he says, your desperation to understand the Farang. It's not going to get you anywhere. They're the enemy. That's all you need to know. I know why you're down here, Ramus.
Why do you think I'm down here?
He says, you're curious. You want to know where the vault is so that you can get yourself wealth, power, and fine. I don't care about that. You want to understand the Farang. You think there's some secret knowledge the sun contains. All you need to know is that they must be stopped. And yes, fine, of course, burning this place down, that's good. I appreciate that. But your attachment to your friends, it's embarrassing. I've done so much for you, Ramus. So much. You wouldn't be here if it weren't for me, for the tower. And now, this? You turn your back on our teachings.
Well, you're one to talk about being hypocritical about following teachings.
And you can like feel that he's trying to just stall you until it doesn't matter anymore.
I reach down and I start the ritual of gentle repose on the body before it's too late.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let's talk about gentle repose. So, how does it work?
What it does is it stops.
Can you drop it in the? Can you drop it in chat? Do you have it available?
Yes. Let's see. Gentle repose. There it is.
Fucking this on.
So gentle repose is a level 2 necromancy ritual. Do you have it prepared?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't cast it as a ritual. You cast it as like a slotted.
We'll use a spell slot to cast it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you touch a corpse, and for 10 days, it's protected from decay and can't become undead. It extends the time limit on raising the dead, since days spent under the influence of this spell don't count against the time limit of a spell, such as raise dead. Okay.
So I will spend a spell slot to cast it immediately on Sully and stop his soul from leaving. I can feel it, his soul slowly leaking out, and this holds it in place.
Okay. So yeah, I think that as you cast the ritual, like you realize like Hassan is like glowing. There's like a halo around his head. His eyes are glowing white. And he sighs. And he reaches out and just snatches from the air a glowing orb. Just like it just appears out of nowhere. He's like, he holds it and he looks at it. And then he touches Sully with it. And he shakes his head and he says, I'm disappointed, but you said the prayer, so you get what you want. You've got 10 days. And then he disappears.
I'll never understand that man.
Fair. So while this is happening, Berg and Calimont, what have you done after did you like run up behind him?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Does the god have anything cool on him? I mean,
yeah. I mean, he's a quickly liquefying corpse.
I don't imagine he would have much on him. I mean, seems like he was more about just being a creepy creature, and
Yeah.
But I probably would have given a lift up with his hammer and like look and see.
Like
and
a giant like isopod. Yeah, giant isopod. But the front of him, like I was saying, he's less centipede and more silverfish, like a long, kind of grayish, segmented insectoid creature. He's mostly broken now, right? Big holes in his armor.
Yeah.
His innards are kind of liquefying. And his blood is this like kind of like thinnish green black, like inky stuff that's like spreading out around him. And as he dies, he's just sort of dissolving into this puddle. And I mean, dead god looks like every other dead monster you ever smashed to death with your hammer. Doesn't look special to you.
I'll, break off a little piece of his, something, a little claw or something, whatever, it's a little trophy.
Okay. You don't have sleight of hand. Make a sleight of hand check. Or I guess in your case, it'd be a dexterity save. But dangerous.
It's the same thing. So, all right. Well, I can't do that. So.
Okay. Can I get you to real quick make just a con save for me?
Jesus Christ. Seriously.
Yeah, just real quick.
Obviously, I wouldn't grab the poison. Are there any parts that aren't dripping with poison?
No, the whole thing is like a mess. But it's not about that. I want to check something here. So you reach out, you pull the thing off. Okay, so you make the con save. You don't take any damage or get poisoned or anything.
All right. So did I get it?
Yeah. What did you want? Just like mandible, like one of his little grabbers, or
Yeah.
okay,
Something.
You break off a sharp spike. It's still got some of Kalimat's blood on it.
I don't like
Yeah, it's
what
like-
you just asked. I don't want.
just-
What are you playing at
So
here?
it's about like a half a meter long, curved, the big spike on the end. It's dripping like stuff. Like the part of it that's goo, like its innards will just dissolve, but the shell will remain. And yeah, it's like a pale gray, sort of matte color.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, then I'd go. Hurry off then.
Sounds good. Okay. So you run off to Ramus, when Berg, I guess, okay, call him out, you're blind still. So if Berg runs off, you're like alone in the dark.
While he's doing that,
Light spell?
breaking the mandible thing off, I'll light a torch.
Okay. All right. So there's light. Yep. Okay. All right. And then you head off after Berg. And I guess Berg needs you to like point him in the right direction. There's the blood trail, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So when you get back to Ramus, you see Ramus kneeling over the body, and the blood that's here as it dries is like peeling and cracking away from the ground and sort of floating up into the air like ash from a fire. But in each of in like the little bits of ash that are floating, they're actually like characters from various languages. And as they lift up off the ground and peel away and dissolve, you can see like little sentences and words kind of like disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the body, you see Ramus.
Berg
Is
looks
he-
at the body, looks at Ramus. It's like, is he gone?
He's almost gone. You have to find a diamond within 10 days to save him.
Shouldn't
I
be
see.
too hard. Cities in shambles. Sure there's a
Yeah, let's just go to the
somewhere.
diamond shop. I'm sure they're open today.
Compared
How
to
big
what
are-
we've done, Ramus, how hard do you think it is to find a diamond?
Not as hard as killing a god, I imagine.
We just did that.
So Kalimat, I think you're the one that hears this, and you're probably like startled by it because you don't expect it. You hear shouting and like bellowing as the vanguard of the tower army gets down into the archives and starts burning and destroying it. So somewhere near the entrance, you hear people shouting, and you can see, if you look back, somewhere above, like reflected on the vaulted ceiling, you see the flickering of flames.
The tower is here. Apparently, we must go now, or else we will be burned along with this kid. I will help you carry him if I can, but you might be better off on your own. Berg.
I've got him.
Berg like grabs him.
I
We
say
need to get out of
we
here.
leave now. Yes.
Yeah. So you're
Let's
gonna get out.
go.
All right. So you make your way to the entrance that you came into, and yeah, you pass by a bunch of tower armored folk, and they're throwing like books and tapestries. You see someone shatter an ancient stone like tablet on the ground, and they're just like putting torch to all of the flammable material in here. And you reach the stone exit. And
Are there
the
any
stairs.
diamonds in the archives as we pass by?
Just laying around casually? There's like a 1 in 10,000 chance. Roll a D10,000, and if you can get a 1, then yes, there's a diamond.
All right.
I'll give you a 1 in 10,000 chance.
Roll 1d10,000, you say.
Yeah, 10,000. Make sure you put all the right number of zeros.
Yeah, 5 zeros. Or 4 zeros.
Ha!
No,
Son of a bitch.
you're only 2,020 off. Good stuff.
How fucking crazy would that have been?
Right. I would have just taken my headphones off and left the house. I would have just, that's it.
Ramus
Um,
loves old books, so as we're running out, like I'm gonna grab a couple of random books at random, just to nice.
Yeah,
looking
just
books.
like you just reach up to a shelf and grab a couple of things.
That's
Okay.
one and that one, and then run with
Yeah.
them.
Okay. All right. So roll. Stop it. Roll a roll a d4. Roll a d4, Ramus. We'll see how many books you get. Okay. All right. So you make out pretty well. You get three mysterious tomes. So you can just write down like archive tomes in your inventory.
Nice.
We'll figure out what those are later. Okay. Cool. So Berg, are you carrying Salihafa? Is that?
I mean, yeah, I guess if I'm the only one that's really equipped to do that.
Yeah, you're the
That
only
makes
one.
movement rate.
Yeah, I mean,
Tell me the
You're
negative
slow,
things
but-
that happen.
you're slow, but it's fine. You carry
Okay.
him out of there.
Yeah. I mean, we're
Right.
not surrounded by foes anymore, so.
Okay. Yeah. And so you emerge into Kalimat. You emerge into a slaughter. Like, and this is not like the result of a battle. This is like a sacred place that has been defiled. It is the reflecting pool is full of blood and corpses. There are fires burning everywhere. Most of the roof has collapsed. It is a nightmare. The smell of blood and shit and fire are in the air. And you come up out of the archives into this. And behind you, like you're all kind of like coughing because there's smoke billowing up out of the archive stairwell. This is what you see when you emerge. And I think actually this is to put a little bit of apocalypse sauce on this shit sandwich. When you step out into the thing, the sun low in the horizon there's an eclipse. The sun is blocked by the moon, and you walk out into night. And so there's this awful corona of sunlight, and the sky has begun to weep for the loss of the sun's temple. So there's like faint rain, though probably not real rain. It's probably the rain that happens when like a bunch of ash gets kicked up into the sky. So there you go. That's what you see when you emerge into the courtyard of the Temple of the Sun.
Lovely.
Yeah, and I mean you weren't wrong, right, Ramus? Like it's the moon that's blocking the sun, not the tower, but it's
Hey,
I think
you know what?
I think Kalimat takes all of this in, and I think everybody that's around can hear him start to laugh.
right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Buck's just like, okay.
You're right there, Carly.
Oh yes, better than ever. Thank you for asking.
What's the matter? Never killed a god before.
No, I haven't. It was my first, but hopefully not the last.
We told
Right.
you. Things get interesting when you're with us.
Oh yes, I can't wait to see what else we get into. I'm very excited.
Ramus, where do you want to find a diamond?
What? Sorry, I was lost in thought. The tower could have one, and its spell material reserves. We could try there first.
Bird kind of like cocks an eyebrow, like looks at Ramus, kind of gives him a once over. I guess I can go an insight check just to see if like Ramus is okay or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, make an insight check, sure.
15.
How you doing, Ramus?
Ramus is like just lost in thought. Like they're surrounded by death. Hassan trying to fuck with them. A god, which there shouldn't be gods. It's like he's just very confused and trying to. It's like a bunch of thought trains trying to go in the same tone at once, and it's just like they can't fathom it all right now. It's too
Probably
much.
won't be able to get much off you anyways because that's a 5 for me.
Yeah. So
I'm
Ramus
negative.
just looks confused, or like he's thinking about something. You're used to seeing Ramus deep in thought, but what he's thinking about is obfuscated. He's locked into buffer overrun. Yeah. So where do you go? What do you do?
We need to take the body into the temple of the tower. It's the safest place for it for now.
Remus, did anything else happen in there? You seem not well.
Nothing that concerns you, Berg. Just personal things.
If you say so. Back to the tower.
If it concerned you, I would tell you, but it does not.
You wouldn't, but...
Berg like kind of laughs because he knows like Ramus doesn't always share everything, but he's like, let's go to the tower.
Before we go, before we start walking away, is it feasible that I can find something that's on fire?
Yes, yeah, totally.
Okay, good.
Everything on fire.
So I just find the next thing, like the next pile of flame or whatever, like that stuff that's on fire, and I pull out, my songbook from my jacket and I throw it on the fire, and I say, I think it's time to make some new songs.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So the songbook tumbles into the flame and begins to burn immediately, and you leave it behind and head out of the temple. So in the courtyard, people have gathered to watch the Temple of the Sun burn, to witness the unholy. I guess technically it's holy. Like when the Arcana wage war against each other, at least it's not the Arcana, the Mara get involved. So it's this terrible but holy event, the burning of the Temple of the Sun, great plumes of dark smoke being gutted out into the darkened, eclipse-blackened sky. Outside, amidst the crowd closest to the temple, there are a group of men and women in blue and silver monks' robes, chanting, ringing bells, spinning prayer wheels. You recognize them. They're the clergy of the moon, and they're performing some kind of ritual outside, praying, chanting, and standing outside watching this temple burn. Everyone else is standing like silently. Some are crying. Some look stoically on. But no one is moving to act as the last remnants of the marauding force kind of like burns down the tower.
I'd like to make a religion check to see what they're praying.
What they're doing? Yeah, totally. Yeah. Proceed to recognize the ritual. Okay.
15.
Yeah. So the moon and the sun, the clergies are quite close. They represent they represent some connection. So the way that I'm gonna get the list of the arcana here. So the way that the arcana's like pathway works is that you accumulate material stuff when you're in the house of the devil, and the tower slaps it out of your hand and lights it on fire to remind you the material doesn't matter. The tower burns all of your stuff, brings on the dark night, and then the star rises to give you hope again. And in the darkness, the next thing to emerge is the moon, right? To help you understand all the suffering that you've gone through. And then the sun comes up, right? And the sun, once the sun is there, the moon and the star are no longer needed, and we're back in the day, ready to move on. The moon is supposed to presage the sun. The moon is supposed to be there to inform you and to give you like emotional strength to understand what will be needed when the light of the sun comes again. But they're also like tricky, and they're illusionists, and the moon is also a card. When the moon comes up, something is not the way you think it is. And so the clergy of the moon act as a kind of insidious, sometimes like mirror to the sun's light. So this looks to be like a funeral or like a mourning ritual. And they could be casting a spell. They could be praying for an illusion. They're almost certainly why the eclipse is here, right? The moon is hiding the sun's light so that we only see the flame. You're not really sure what its purpose is in the grand scheme of things, but when the moon's priests are around, you know, something's up. However, you also know that the moon has currently sworn allegiance to the what is it? The armada of scorched earth, the cadre of tower-led pillagers and burners. They're in favor of the city being torched. So they're probably not here to like fuck with you, but it does raise alarm. You're like, shouldn't you be like in your lunar temple helping us do these things? What are you doing out here performing this ritual?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I just internalize all that, eyeing them suspiciously as we're walking with the body past them.
Yep.
And do you say that there are crowds of people around looking at this?
Yeah. Like clergy, various like people, petitioners, people who are praying. This is a celebratory moment for all those who were kneeling before the tower, right? They're like, hooray, it's happening. Another one bites the dust. So there's a lot of like, but it's a celebration of kind of grim, like, yeah, this is bad. People lost their lives, but this is what must be done, right? So a lot of people standing kind of silently. The whole area just lit by the flickering fire of the sun's temple burning.
I would like to cast a spell. I would like to cast Locate Object, and I want to locate a diamond. If someone in the crowd has a diamond, like as jewelry or something.
Sure. And how it's a 300 GP diamond?
Yeah, 300 GP diamond.
Okay. All right. No one within 1,000 feet of you has a diamond on them.
Okay. I will keep the spell going as we're walking towards the temple to sense diamonds along the way if I can sense one.
Okay. All right. So you continue through the city or through the plaza of the gods, moving towards the tower. The sun and its shield, the moon, dip together below the horizon. And there's whispering in the crowd, like terrified whispering that like people, this is like watching a ship go off to war. Some people in the crowd are like, is it ever going to rise again? Like, is an eternal night going to come? Like, what's going to happen now? And yeah, you head towards the tower and part the crowd and make your way there. When you get to the tower's kind of courtyard, the shadow is no longer falling because there's nothing left to light the darkness. And most of the people in the plaza have gone off to watch the Sun Temple burn. So, yeah, this is where you arrive. Doors are shut.
You said we arrive at the tower?
Yeah, you're walking up towards it.
All right, yeah. Keep going and then look at Ramus expectantly, like, open the door, like I'm holding,
Yes. Where are the servants, though? I guess we walk up to the door and try to knock on it so for someone inside to open it.
Okay. All right. So you walk up to it and knock on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. The hollow sound of metal echoing sort of fills the quiet of the courtyard. No one comes to answer.
When the tower goes and sacks another temple, does everybody go? Seems like everybody's gone.
Well, it's kind of like Christmas. Everyone's like celebrating. This is what they live for, is destruction.
Someone would still be here.
Uh-huh.
Maybe.
What is going on, Remus?
I don't know. I pressed my ear up against the door to see if I could hear anything on the other side.
You do not.
Did you call your friend? The pipe smoking man?
He is not our friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. He treats you as a friend.
No, he does not.
Well, militarily speaking.
Ally. Right. Ally.
More
Not
like
friend.
employer or boss.
Gotcha.
Now what? Why? would the
Open
tower's
door.
gates be closed?
Silence.
Berg's like thinking.
Yeah.
He's like focusing and trying to think of like a reason. You can't think of anything that would why the tower's gates would be closed.
I'm trying to remember what we did the first time it opened with that creature thing.
I mean, they've been pretty welcoming otherwise. You definitely get the impression something is wrong. I don't think, knowing Ramus, I don't think it manifests as guilt, but someone else might have the feeling like, wait a second, did we do this? Is this my doing? But you're Ramus Krill, so you probably don't feel that.
Well, I mean, Berg doesn't know what happened, so Berg's just kind of sitting there confused. Looking at Ramus, looking at Colin, like,
All right. Now what? For some reason, gates are closed. Doesn't
There
make
is a pressing
sense.
matter at hand where we need. Do you need a diamond of considerable value, or would many small diamonds work?
I just need enough diamonds worth 300 gold pieces because the gods are arbitrary like that.
Yeah,
right.
diamonds worth 300 GP.
Why not
Well,
just 300 gold pieces?
I don't know, but that would be easier, wouldn't it?
Bureaucracy, heavenly bureaucracy is why.
I'm guessing someone in that department likes diamonds and they want to have them all.
Oh my God, there's a department of revivification and it's just like wallpapered in diamonds. The guy is covered in, the god of revivification is covered in diamonds. He eats them for breakfast.
yeah, it's his cereal.
Welcome to my diamond hall. Oh, I love diamonds
yes.
so much.
I love my Revivios.
Just rubbing
people say he's
diamonds all
crazy. He's
over
got
himself.
diamonds on the soles of his shoes.
Bathing in diamonds. I've got a diamond jacuzzi. You guys want to go in? Amazing. So good. I love it.
Have a sparkly day.
Oh boy. I love him. He's my favorite.
Well, I probably could find a jeweler or some sort in the city.
If you want to go look,
I'd love to.
Remus,
Seems like I'm
Can't you-
built for this kind of task.
yes.
hold on.
What?
Remus, you can do the... Find it. Find the thing.
Do the what? What was that, Berg?
I don't know what you do. You can find things.
Yes.
Then
Yes,
do that.
I am doing it. There isn't one around.
Well, you didn't say that, did you?
No, I'm telling you now because you asked.
Let's go find a shop then. Jeweler or something.
Do you want to be holding that the whole time?
Holding this- He's heavy too. He's a big, heavy turtle man.
Berg like looks at Ramus and is like,
Do you want to be holding him?
No, you're doing a great job. But I think... Are you sure you're cool with this, Calumet? What just happened?
With what?
Temple of the Sun. What happened there?
It was meant to be.
All those people dead, murdered, lying in shatters. You're okay with that?
You, of all people, should know that no one really dies. We just to return to the wheel. And we come back again.
Wow.
And again.
All of those, and if they lived a good life in service of the Arcana, they will be rewarded for it. They'll get resurrected somewhere that's not a horrific war zone, and they'll have another chance to continue doing good.
I didn't kill them.
Okay. Just weird the doors won't
Stay
open now.
here. This is weird.
Shouldn't do that unless for the servants of the tower the door should open.
They should. It's true.
Well, they don't. What are we doing?
Did you disobey the tower somehow, Ramus, to leave their favor?
Berg's eyes like are sharply fixed on Raymond's face.
That was the fucking funniest thing ever.
I mean,
We've done things. We're not perfect.
What happened?
Well,
Oh, I know. I know
yes.
exactly what he did. I know exactly what you did, Ramus.
What did I do, Kali?
Well, then say it,
You
because I don't
saved
know.
you saved Salihafa. And that is in drastic violation to what the tower stands for. Although I'm appreciative, I don't think they would be very much.
What does drastic mean?
Big, big, big.
Oh, so I am drastic.
it's very drastic, Berg.
Exactly. That's a great way to describe you. Everything you do is drastic.
Well, then the tower doesn't understand what I want. You see this right here, this book? It contains spells that of great destruction. I want to turn that little turtle into a tool of the tower to burn his enemies, zap them. That's why I got this book for him. If the tower has a problem with that,
You're shouting at a
tell
wall.
me instead of just sitting there not looking at me.
I once knew a man who didn't talk to his wife for 30 years because
Happy man.
of one thing happening in their lives. I wonder how long it's going to take for the tower to stop giving you the cold shoulder. It's very amusing.
It is annoying right now.
Well, let's try something. Let's go to the door one at a time and see who it opens for and who it does not.
Berg, drop the turtle. Enter the tower. You are a servant. You're a celebrity to boot.
Berg like sets him down, waits a second to look at them like, is this what we're doing?
We'll back away from the door, Berg, and I will go first by myself to the door. And we'll see if it opens. You guys go back there beyond the threshold. All right, now I am going to walk to the door myself as a servant of the tower. I walk up proudly to the doors and tower, open for me. I have business inside.
The great edifice of stone stands unmoved by your pleas.
Okay, might be broken. We go back. Put him down. You go by yourself, Berg.
Berg does that, walks over, doesn't say anything, just like goes, knocks on the door.
Mm-hmm. There's like silence,
I was-
the echoing of the metal door.
I
It just
thought for
goes,
sure that would work. Berg has been nothing but an instrument of destruction.
when it doesn't
Some-
open, Berg just like,
Well, fuck you too.
So
Think
Berg,
not,
when you
but-
turn back around to your group, you see Sully's body on the ground. You see Kalimat and Ramus watching like interestedly, and you see the semi-transparent form of Tulpa when he projects himself into your vision. No one else can see or hear him.
Sure.
And he's standing looking down at Sully Hoffa, and he looks up at you as like glittery, like violet eyes. He's wearing his long, like black and purple, like strange robes with the like collar thing that come up, and he's like long, pointy ears. It's like pale, weird, pale skin. And yeah, he looks at you, and can you roll insight? He has a very specific emotional like look on his face, but you may not be able to place it.
All right.
Okay. You mistake whatever it is for mocking. Like he has this look that is like there's something in his look that you're sure he's mocking you. Do you say anything?
What is your problem?
He shakes his head. No problem. So what are you feeling, or what have you been feeling about Sully like dying? Like what is your emotional state about that? Or have you even had a time to think about it? Like what would Berg be
I
feeling?
guess it hasn't really processed him too much. Berg has thought of it to the extent of like things were getting better with Sally, you know?
Yeah, right.
So
Sully was trying to like
he cares a little bit more than like if it was before, before Sally had
Right.
tried to like, extend olive branches as it were. He probably wouldn't have felt much. I mean, like it happens, but now he's like, yeah, let's get him back. He's a tool. We need him,
Yeah. So he Tulpa says, no problem. Just he looks up at the tower. These are the gods your people worship.
Yes. And what are yours?
He looks at you like he doesn't understand.
What? Have no gods?
No, I don't think so. Not in the way you would think of it. And so, what? You do their bidding, follow their orders, and when you need them most, to give life to your companions, they shut their doors to you. Have you not been loyal? Have you not spilled enough blood? I do not understand this place.
Neither do we.
And yeah, and you blink and he's just like not there. And so for Ramus and Kalimat, you just see Berg kind of like blink a couple of times. That whole like span happens really quickly.
Berg walks up, says to Ramus and Kali,
It didn't work.
I see that. It looked like we lost you for a second there. Are you all right?
Tulpa talking. He was staring at Sally's body. Talked about our gods. Why they don't help us. I told him, we don't know. They just are.
It's a fool's errand to question what the gods believe, will do, won't do, whatever.
At least we know they can die.
That you are right about, my friend. Wasn't that wonderful? I know how you feel now. Well, not exactly, of course, but to feel the life drain from out of your enemy, it's quite something.
Kali, you've killed before. You should
Yes,
know
but
what that feels
not like
like.
this. This is different, though. I felt different.
Okay.
Berg gives him that look again. Like, this is very different. Like
okay.
it's Kali, but it's not.
Hey guys, what do you want to do today? Go to a concert, check out the bar, kill all our enemies and bathe in their blood? Any of those would be fine. That'd be great.
Hey, baby, want to kill all humans? Well, the task at hand is laid out before us. We have to find one big diamond or lots of little diamonds. So I obviously can't carry him with me. So do you think it would be a good course of action for me to find the marketplace and perhaps in a higher end part of town where, I don't know, what passes for nobles here live, and basically rob them, raid their establishments or their houses?
That is where you excel the most, is sleight of hand, is it not?
Absolutely. But you said there in that crowd that we were just in, there was nobody that had any sort of diamonds, what we need.
No one there had one,
Right.
but they may have just not brought it with them. Could be in their homes.
Right.
Where is this party going?
Before we go, let me, since everybody else has tried, let me try. And I strut up to the door, like confidently.
Yeah.
Tower! It is I, Kalimat the Godslayer. Let me in. Open thy doors for me and my companions. Now! And I make a big performance show of it.
As tempted as I am to have like a French knight appear over the parapets,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
there's no answer.
Yeah. Well, it was worth a shot anyway. All right. So, what part of town shall we head to, or I head to?
Probably the shops closest to the temple quarter.
Ah, of course.
It's where the wealthy hang out and shop.
And what of his body? Do
We need to find a cart
babysit?
or something.
Well,
Berg looks around for a cart if there's anything like that, like a wheelbarrow or anything like that, so he doesn't have to keep carrying him.
No, not just like lying around.
if I may be crude, I'm sorry if this offends anyone, but he's not going anywhere, and I don't think anyone's going to notice one more body among, and I present the entire, like, city.
Yeah.
So,
It's like a crow pecking some corpse's eyeball out like 10 feet away.
He is a bit different than normal bodies.
We could put him in a crypt, somewhere to keep his body safe. But I worry about scavengers and stuff if we leave the body out. Crows and other things.
There's a lot of meat. There's a lot of meat on Sully Hoffa.
you make a good point.
Well, we might be able to find a cart on the way to around the merchant area.
What
No, I
time
mean
is it?
it's like nighttime now. It's dark.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Berg is exhausted.
Yeah,
If you run
I was
into
going to
trouble,
say.
it's gonna be.
Yeah. Let's find somewhere that we can get some rest and start fresh in the morning on the quest for diamonds.
Fine.
Or just starts looking around for like, any abandoned houses or anything like that. They can just go in.
Yeah, so I mean, you're in the second best defended district in town, which means it's defended against people like you randomly busting into houses. So it's the great, like, whatever, 22-sided enormous plaza of all the different temples. And then from here, there is a like residential district full of places where priests would live, places where people can like get rituals performed, that kind of thing. But those are all going to be like well defended and stuff. Yeah, you'll have to get a ways away from here before you can find some like random place to squat in.
Maybe, yeah, then we make off to where is the most logical place. Yeah. You said to the residential area or whatever. It's really that well guarded here with all these bodies and stuff. There's still...
The plaza is like an open field of battle, but the individual temples are pretty locked down. And then the neighborhood around it are people who serve in the temples, homes of priests, etc., because they don't live in the temples. So, yeah, I mean, you could try to find a house and like bust in and take it from someone. Or, like I said, you can leave and go to a further away district. Or you throw yourselves on the mercy of one of the other temples. That's certainly possible. But yeah.
Just stay in the Sun Temple. What's left of it.
The burned out husk of the Sun Temple.
I mean, the Sun Temple is going to be like looted and burning for several days, but
yeah,
the temple,
not a great place.
The temple to the magician and the temple to the chariot are both ruins. And the temple of the magician was the first one to go. So that could be a place if you just want to like hide in the rubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
Bird
that.
says to them, just,
Why don't we go to one of the temples? They're abandoned.
Yeah, we could rest there for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Gotta be a corner.
Okay, so you want to find, go to the, what temple do you want to go to?
Probably the magician or the chair, whichever is closest to the tower.
Okay, yeah. I would say if we look, they're arranged in a circle. The chariot is closest, yeah, because actually if you go the other way around, the magician is closer. So yeah, the magician is closer to that temple.
cool. Make way towards there.
Okay, all right. So the temple to the magician was at one point a combination like academy and library. It was a place of meditation, of reflection, and a place of learning where magic was studied. Now it's a bunch of ruined towers and hallways that have all kind of crumbled in, and there's still like there's the smell of burnt wood and ash in the air. There's bones kind of scattered around for the people that fought back, and there's also evidence of like magical battle that has taken place here. You see like an ogre corpse that's frozen in stone and broken in half. There's an area of the temple's grounds, the stone walkway that looks like it melted and then re-solidified with people like locked in it. So there's like bones kind of sticking up out of the ground. It's a strange and grisly sight, but it's also abandoned. There's nobody around here. Yeah.
Such a pity. I would have really liked to have seen this place before this.
I love to read books, and this place had so many. I wish I could have spent time here, but no one shall now.
Yeah, and it would have been the first to go because there would have been magical items and artifacts here that the tower would need to continue their fight. And the sooner you burn this place, the less likely it is to get taken by the Farang. Because if they got their hands on all this stuff, they would understand your magic and have a pretty good understanding of how that works. So it's good. You can see the merit in it being destroyed.
Berg just carries Sally in there.
Okay.
Do you think
Yeah,
there would
so
be
you-
a hidden...
You head out into
I'm
the-
asking Ramus, do you think there would be a hidden store of, I don't know, jewels?
Oh,
In the temple?
definitely. Definitely, but I highly doubt they're still here. It's been too long. Unless they're very well hidden.
Yeah, I mean, this was like weeks ago, so it's been very well pillaged.
You're
Bird
welcome
just
to
takes-
look around, though. You might find something interesting that someone missed.
Berg takes Sally inside and finds a spot for him. Just kind of heft him against the wall or lay him down somewhere that's flat and not too broken up. Does the same, gets ready to rest himself.
Okay. All right. So you find a spot in this ruined like dungeon basically, and try to like stay hidden from random passersby. So somewhere deep in the kind of labyrinthine ruins of the temple, and you find a room and you set Sully's body down, and you want to settle into rest.
Yeah, I mean, that was the plan.
Yep.
Okay. All right, cool. So night progresses. No one comes to bother you. You can take your long rest. That's fine. So Berg, remove 1 level of exhaustion. Everybody get your spells and your hit points and stuff back. But the next morning, the sun doesn't come up. It just stays dark. Instead, the moon rises on the other side of the horizon, and it is kind of dark and shadowy. There's something off about it. It has a grayish like pall cast over it, and in its wake, there is a trail of sparkling stars or something. They're bigger. You can almost make them out. If you had a telescope, you could see them much more clearly. But yeah, there's this trail kind of like drifting down. So the moon comes up, and then almost like drops of water or rain falling from the surface of the moon, they hang below it, and they sort of like sparkle throughout the day, but sun doesn't come out. Yeah.
So when we wake up, it's still kind of like nighttime.
Yeah, you wake up, it's nighttime, it's bright moonlight, but not like by no means the light of the sun. Yeah.
I think Berg like wakes up and looks and just like, are the other two awake? Or are you two awake right now?
Yeah, I think so. We're all waking up at the same time, I think.
Or like gets up, looks outside.
How long did we sleep?
Is it still night? It shouldn't be. What is going on with the moon, though?
Well, I would imagine that if the sun goes, the moon can't be that far behind. I'd assume that the moon is crumbling into stars and stardust. Let me have a closer look. And I put on my glasses. Just
Okay. All right. Make a perception check.
okay. With advantage, right? Or not?
Advantage. Yep.
Okay.
So the moon itself, whose surface is much like the moon of Earth. It's a little bigger, but it's big and silver and waxes and wanes as usual as the moon hides its face from humans and then returns. But it seems veiled in a cloudy, it's as if it's developed an atmosphere, right? Not to get too like specific in sci-fi, but because you can't physically go to the moon, it's not a place, it's a symbol. But there's a veil of mist or fog that seems like it's hanging around it. And then it's trailing behind it, like sparkling, like crystalline like structures or something. You can't really like make out what they are, but they're large, they're big, and they're turning slowly as the moon sort of leaves them drifting in its wake. The moon seems to be intact, but there are these like it's trailing behind these sparkling kind of wet looking crystalline things. Yeah, they look like enormous diamonds. Yeah, they look like fine crystal, like broken glass, or the reflection on a frozen, like it might be ice. It's a metaphor. So they look like tears is what they fucking look like to you.
It seems that the moon is mourning the loss of the sun. That would be my guess. It looks like the moon is not coming apart, but it is weeping for its lost brother, sister, husband, wife, whatever the relationship between the sun and the moon is.
The moon
But
always was dramatic.
Indeed. Well, it's a beautiful night. You want to go find a diamond?
Well, we need to if you don't want to carry this big shell of a man with us.
About that,
He's a turtle.
are we carrying him everywhere we go,
Well,
or does one
we aren't
stay
Berg.
behind?
Well, we aren't carrying him because we can't, but one of us could carry him. Let's see. It's not Cully. You're not strong enough. I'm not strong enough. Who does that leave? I don't.
Well, I don't think we need to absolutely carry him. If one of us stays behind or we find a a safe place away from scavengers in this temple. I mean, it's abandoned. I don't think anybody will molest a dead turtle.
Yeah, Berg's kind of looking around as they were
seen
saying that. Like Berg's like walking around to see if there's like a suitable place to maybe hide his body.
Yeah, maybe like a crypt.
Yeah. I mean, every Arcana has like a place where they would bury their like servants and stuff. Though the magician's crypts would have been hella pillaged because there's like magic items being hidden with like dead wizards and stuff down there. So it's not so much. You want to find somewhere else safe to like hide him for now. This is not it.
So there's no place in the temple for his body.
I mean, it's not that there's no place. There's just
No place
like,
good, right?
seems safe. Like this is very much a ruin.
How much gold do we have?
I have 100 and a half.
I have 74.
Could pay someone to look after them,
It's true.
and if they don't, they will die.
Not a good selling point, my friend.
Yeah.
Here's
Bert
5
like
gold
looks-
to watch my dead turtle friend. If you don't, you'll die. Sound like a good plan?
Bert just
deal.
looks at Collie is like,
Effective.
Yes, but they have to agree to it and also agree not to leave in the middle of the job.
Do they have to agree to it?
Yes,
Not
I
dying
mean,
is a pretty big motivation.
pretty big city. I might take my chances in hiding from you.
This is why I don't plan things.
We just do.
No, I think if we paid enough gold, someone would sit there. We say it's just a matter of half now, half when we come back. It's fine if we pay him enough. I'm sure he'll wait, or he or she will wait.
We could pay one of the temples for a funeral, but say we want to have it in a few days.
Oh, so they intern it and wait for us to
They just hold the body
perform
and
the ceremony. Yeah.
wait for us to appear to perform the rituals.
Are any temples functioning as they should right now?
Yeah, there's this one temple that's doing pretty good. It's they got a big stone building. It's like a single. Yeah, I mean, like you can make a religion check to kind of like try to remember the general like structures of like who's doing what here. Yeah, so let me make that roll for me.
15.
15. Okay. Let's see. Are you looking for like allies of the temple? Are you looking for?
Preferably allies or neutral who will.
Okay. Yeah.
Who's
Okay. So you want to avoid the temple of, let me see. I've got a list of like who's getting along with who right now. Okay. So the people who are on team Destroy the City are the Hierophant, the Emperor, Strength, Judgment, the Hanged Man, Death, the Tower, the Moon, and that's it. So that's that list. His Judgment's in there twice. You want to avoid the temples of the Empress, the Lovers, the Devil, and the Sun, but the Sun you trashed. And then the Fool, the High Priestess, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, the Star, and the World are all abstainers from the situation. They're all like, listen, whatever happens, happens. Fate's wheel will keep turning. We are not involved.
Let's take him to the Star. It's close to the tower.
Star's got a good relationship with the tower, but it's a little bit, I mean, you can figure it out when you get there.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been there before, right? You've been
I
there,
have,
Tom.
yes. I've been there. And, well, I found some answers there, but they weren't friendly by any means. But maybe you'll have better luck.
It's either that, or we bury him, put rocks over.
Worms.
Simple.
Yeah, worms. Worms like to nom nom on the bodies.
How many worms do you think there are in this ground right here? And
Maybe
I'm the dumb one here.
Maybe a giant god-like worm is still down there. Maybe he had a wife.
I'm done
hungry.
with plan. Do whatever you want.
Will you
And the
still
Star.
carry him, Berg?
I will carry him when needed. I just want to get this done.
Me too. Well, off to the Star. I know exactly where it is. Let's go see if they'll take our dead friend here in terms of for internment until his funeral, which we hope to avoid, of course.
Okay. All right. So you head to the temple of the Star, and
Mhm.
like I said before, it's a quiet, like unassuming structure, hidden at the back, away from where the tower is. Doesn't look like it gets a lot of traffic. It's just like a simple kind of geometric shaped building with the symbol of the Star above it. So there's like this pond kind of out front, and then how many points does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pointed star with some other star like clusters kind of engaged on the plaque of stone above the doorway. And the door is open. You can smell ritual incense burning inside, and you can hear a single voice chanting and the sound of a bell ringing, like occasionally. Not like a big heavy bell, but like a prayer bell, like this thin kind of brassy sound.
Oh,
Callie.
I forgot to mention, I can't go into the tower. Or, I mean, excuse me, into the Star, the Temple of the Star. I stop on the
Why?
bridge. Magic, something. See the bridge
What?
over there with the little river flowing through it? I tried to get over that bridge, and I couldn't.
Sounds like some kind of
Okay.
spell or barrier to keep out unwanted people.
Then I am probably not allowed in.
If you have enough will, you can push through them, even if they don't want you to.
Yeah,
But
I know.
I don't know what prayer they used.
Yeah, flashbacks to Utrix's realm.
Yeah, that's exactly what Berg's like. Yeah, I know that.
Well,
Remus, go talk to them.
I think Calumet would be better. He's better at talking to people than I am. We need a very good, sharp silver tongue for this to have them help the tower. Actually, not the tower, just servants of the tower with a personal matter.
All right. If that's what's in store for me, then I shall accommodate. I walk briskly up to the bridge that I've walked up to before.
Okay.
And I attempt to cross the bridge and enter the tower, or enter the temple.
Okay. Yeah, you do. Yeah, a couple of quick strides. You cross the bridge over the moat.
Well, that was easy. All right. I try to find the person who is
Are you going in alone?
chanting. Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. So you walk into the central chamber, and it is gently sort of smoky with incense. There is a spot. There is an area where like prayer rugs would be left down, where lots of people. You figure this could probably fit like 100 people could pray, and then up at the other end, there's an enormous golden, I guess like an icon of a woman kneeling and like pouring water into a basin. It's a statue, big gold statue with a star and then stars clustered above her. And then sitting alone in front of it, legs folded, hands in front of her chest, you see a woman. She is probably in her like mid-20s. She has long gold hair, but it's all like braided intricately with little like stones. And so it's like hanging down on either side of her face. Her eyes are closed and she's rubbing her hands together and she's chanting. And there is a bell, a big gold and bronze bell next to her. And every few seconds when she reaches the end of a cycle, the bell just like pong, like makes a sound on its own. So she's just like praying.
Hello there. Don't mean to interrupt your prayer, but I'm going to anyways.
She stops. She opens her eyes. And her eyes, she has no pupils. Her eyes are white and they glow. And she just like opens her eyes and she looks at you. And stops. Separates her hands. Lets them rest in her lap.
Are you a priestess here?
She nods.
Are you possibly in the business of interring corpses until the time of their last rites? Or not last rites, but the last ceremony, the funeral?
I am in the business of enlightenment and little else. Why have you come here?
We have a friend who has died, and we mean to bring him back. And we need a place to keep him safely until we can find a bauble that will complete the spell.
Your friend has died, and you wish to prevent his reincarnation.
Yes, he wasn't meant to die yet.
How do you know?
I know.
Is this not the work of the gods to decide who is meant to die and when?
Exactly. Gods don't want him to be dead yet.
How do you know this?
He has work left to do.
Are you a god? Do you
No.
serve the arcana?
Yes, we all do.
She nods. It is so. Your friend, in his dying, serves the arcana in his own way.
Oh, of course. But spells do exist that bring people back, beings back from the dead. Is that true?
Yes.
Why would
There
they
are
exist
those-
if the arcana did not allow them?
She smiles and she says, they are the purview of priests, such as myself.
I happen to have a priest.
And then she smiles like kind of quirkily and she says, if you have a priest, then what are you doing here? She stands up and she like brushes off her robes.
Honestly, we just need a safe place to store a corpse.
She looks around. I think you've come to the wrong place. We have no need to store corpses here. The only corpses in this building are you and I.
Well said. Well said. You should write that down. It's very good. Would you enlighten me as to where a person might store a corpse for a handful of days while we locate diamonds, if I must be blunt?
She nods. I understand. You should bring your priest here. I would speak with them.
All right, well enough. He is a priest of the tower. Is that going to be a problem?
We are well acquainted with our brothers. Bring him here.
Excellent. I will.
The body as well, please.
Absolutely. And I do a little light bow and then get back outside. Good news. She wants to talk to you, Ramus. She also wants to see Sally Hoffa.
Well, good job, Kali. Good job. But all right, Berg, let's go talk to the person inside.
With any luck, she might have the diamonds or raise him herself.
That seemed easy.
She probably
Well,
wants
it is the-
something.
It is the star, and hope springs eternal.
Carly, shut up.
Very well.
And then, Berg just gets him. Keeps going.
Okay, so the two of you carrying Sully's body walk into the sanctum of the star. So same thing I described before. You smell incense in the air. There's a sort of quiet. And when you walk in, you see this woman dressed in court of, I guess they would be like court of swords style priest robes. Long. She has she's put on a headdress now that's quite tall and made out of gold with little bells hanging from the sort of like fronds scout. And she has, I think when you walk in, she's looking into a mirror and she's like applying like white face paint, like white makeup as you walk in.
Is this her?
Yes.
Kali.
I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to talk or not.
And she turns and she smiles. And I mean, both of you see immediately she's not human, right? She has like this kind of these glowing eyes, and she sort of like drifts towards you. Whether it's because she's like preternaturally graceful or she's actually hovering, you can't tell because you can't see her legs. And she moves towards you. And she says, Brother Ramus, Brother Berg, poor Sully Hoffa. Welcome. I'm sorry. There's usually more of us. I'm afraid the temple is quite abandoned. I am its only steward now.
Yes, most of the temple district is losing faith and abandoning it.
This is the way of things. Soon the war will end, and above the rubble, the star will rise. This is the way of things. But your friend tells me that something has changed. It's not often the priests of the tower come to me asking to undo the harm they've done.
Well, this is true. I am going against the teachings by asking this of you.
I can see the tower's scorn draped about you like a cloak.
I knew it.
The tower is upset. But we need our friend here. I don't feel that we were done with him yet.
Do you understand why the tower is upset with you, Ramus?
Not specifically. I have a vague idea, but do you know why? Can you see?
She shakes her head and she shakes her head and there's the tinkling of these bells like fairy laughter. And she smiles and she says, no, I have no skill to see as a diviner does, but I know Hassan very, very well. I understand the way he thinks. It's not that you have displeased him by breaking some code. It's Hassan despises hypocrisy. She looks at Berg. and then looks at you and says, have you not guided your friend in letting go, saying goodbye, and yet for 10 days now you've trapped the soul of your friend in this body with your magic?
This is true. But I find it ironic that what I'm trying to do to him is exactly what Hassan did for me.
She shakes her head. Oh, no, not like that. Hassan gave you a gift I think has not been bestowed on anyone in a very, very long time. He took a great risk for you. In his way, I think Hassan cares deeply for you both. And like looks at Berg when he says that.
Hassan wants us to complete tasks, but then stops us from using the tools and people we need to complete them. Hypocrisy, eh?
You serve an arcana of destruction, of chaos, of bloodshed and sorrow. I think you are reaping what you sow. This road of hardship, you chose to walk it.
There is no choice for me.
Some say there is no choice for any of us. But choice or no, and she gestures at Salihafa, you have brought your dead friend to me. I think that if I help you, it will displease Hazan further.
Well, we were assigned a mission from the tower, and I feel we won't be able to succeed without his help. I point to Sully's body. That's why we want him back. I feel that if we fail, the tower's entire mission will fail with it.
She nods and she says, well, we can't have that, can we? In our own way, the star seeks what the tower does. If there is no ruin, there is nothing for us to reside over. And from there, no moon, no sun, and no enlightenment. Suffering is inevitable. If you wish, I could bring him back for you. It is within my power. The soul yet dwells within the frame and has not reached the grasping clutches of heaven.
But I have a feeling there will be a consequence, won't there?
There are always consequences. Well, for most of us. And she looks at Berg and Kalimat. This decision must be theirs, not yours.
What are you talking about then? Not with it.
If I had any certainty to give you, I would. Just that in denying him this, you illustrate to Hazan his own hypocrisy. He sees it reflecting in you. It will not please him. You will have to find another way to placate him.
I don't care what pleases Hassan.
She smiles. Then what do you care about? Your friend?
Moving forward.
She nods, turning the wheel, of course. She sighs. There is one last thing. I can call out to your friend. I can coax the soul from his body, whisper prayers of returning. But it will only work if Salihafa wishes to return. It could be that this old turtle is done with this world. In this way, she says, in this way, none of us can control this. If he wishes to go, so be it. But I will try for you.
If he's done, he's done. And if he isn't, You will bring him back. Hey?
I will, if I can.
Bird kind of like locks eyes, like, you're not lying, are you?
Yeah. So I think she looks at you and she says, very well. If you understand that there will be a price, I will speak with your friend. Bring him to the altar. And I think, obviously, everybody sees this coming. When she says that, we cut to the end of
We
the
continue
episode.
to play.
Yeah, we just continue to play.
Okay.
Yeah. So bring him to the altar, and then we go to the credits.
And then he's alive. No.
I mean, we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. I'm gonna stay. I like being a shadow. I can get up there.
It's pretty
Someone
cool.
actually in chat said, like,
can get
you look like
behind
the banker from Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, I like the deal or no deal thing.
I do a fake shadow when I do like green screen for my streams, and sometimes
Yeah.
I'll hide myself, but not the shadow, and be like ninja mode so people can see stuff behind me. And people always freak out. They're like, what happened? How did you do it? It's so good. It makes me feel so good every time. I'm like, I'm a ninja master. That's how.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. All right, let's do some shout outs and get out here and do that post show. Zeke, why don't you start us off?
Are we going to do XP
Yeah, then we'll do XP at the end.
Yeah, we'll do it after the shoutouts.
after the shout-outs? Okay, cool. All right, what's up, everybody? Ezekiel the Third here. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and thank you to all of my role-playing buddies. Oh, man. I'm having a lot of fun now. I'll tell you, like, once you take the yoke of goodness off, you're free to do whatever you want, and I love it. Thank you guys for being here. Hopefully you guys keep coming back around. I am broadcasting mostly noon Pacific. I'm in the middle of Indie Week, which means I'm playing nothing but indie games. We got 2 more days of that starting on Thursday, but tomorrow is Drop Frames. As usual, we're going to have our guest, I believe it's Admiral Baru, right?
Yep. Baru.
Yep, Admiral Baru. We're going to be talking probably Pillars of Eternity, God of War, that kind of shit tomorrow. So that's 10 a.m. Pacific time. After that, I think I might be doing a broadcast after Drop Frames tomorrow, but we'll see. But that's all I got. Follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. All Ezekiel_I.
Good stuff. Yeah, I think we're going to do the first hour of that show tomorrow. So when there's less people with the potential to get spoiled with an audience building up in mind over the show, we'll do the first hour as a spoiler cast for God of War. So
Okay.
you don't have to get up early if you have to watch the show. I don't know where someone... I guess if you're in... Australia, maybe? I don't know. Fuck time zones. Max, save me here. Do some shout-outs.
How much money are you offering me? What's the deal?
For what?
Just put your shadow in there and just mime my words. Can you do that?
I
Or is it too much
find
to set up?
I gotta find your thing real quick. There we go.
Oh, I was hoping for a shout out. Hi, I'm GassyMexican or Max Gonzalez. You can follow me and check out all my stuff right there. Good show tonight. Crazy stuff happened. God, when we'll talk about it in the post show, but man, it was stressful in certain parts. Oh! I like how your go-to ghost thing is like a dance. Like, what's up? I'm a ghost. Yeah, I'll be casting after the show. I think I'm going to do some of the Infinity Gauntlet thing because I played a little bit of that before. Super fun, by the way, to play as that. So I'll do some Fortnite stuff because it's got Thanos in it. But yeah, we'll talk about it in the post show. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And tomorrow, new sci-fi show. I'll be on that show. We'll talk. I'm sure they'll talk about it. But thanks for a good show. Thanks as always to everybody for doing their thing. And yeah.
Good stuff. Mr. Daniel. That's what I'm going to call you from now on because it makes no sense.
Mr. Daniel.
Do some shout-outs.
Hi, I'm DansGaming /DansGaming on Twitch, variety streamer. Currently playing through Pillars of Eternity 2. I keep almost saying Path of Exile because of PoE.
Ah, me too. God damn it.
Every time.
I've done it like 3 times. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it's so bad. I even type it out sometimes. I'm like, God.
No.
But yeah, the game's a lot of fun. I'm going to be playing through that all week. So if you guys want to check it out, I'll be live at 9 a.m. tomorrow. This was an awesome episode. A lot of big things happened. A lot of murder and the sun dying and all kinds of great stuff. And an awesome cliffhanger to see what happens next week. And as always, thank you guys for having me on the show. Love doing this every week.
Good stuff. Adam, some shout outs, then we'll do XP.
Hell yeah. Thanks for coming, everybody. This has been another delightful episode of Court of Swords. I hope you have enjoyed it. I know I love doing this biz. Thanks to my cast for being here and doing the thing. If you want to, you can check out the shit that I do at skinnyghost on Twitter or twitch.tv/Adam Coble. There are a lot of like GM and lore prep streams that are in my my VODs right now. If you want to go over and check those out for Far Verona, which is our new show. Roleplay Far Verona starting tomorrow. I will be returning to the seat of Space Master. We're doing Stars Without Number. If you don't already know about it, definitely look into it. It's huge and awesome, and it's going to be super fun. I'm really looking forward to that. I posted the Q&A, as I usually do. It's on the community website. I will spam chat again and go and ask questions about today's episode. Congratulations on surviving, everybody. And JP, you and I need to have a conversation in this post show. Let's get it going.
That's true. Do some XP first. You got to do some XP.
All right. Yeah, let's hand out some XP. So, Berg, you didn't accomplish any of your shit because your shit was about other things. But
move on.
But you did. I mean, I feel like anytime you gain spiritual like insight into why things are going on, you serve a bad god. So take 50 times your level for the why do bad things happen to Berg. You got bad friends. Ramus, I think I'm gonna give you the rescue Salihafa and Kalimat from the temple. I think you did it. You did the thing you set out to do. And you are level what now? 7?
8.
8. Okay, so you get 2,800 experience for that one.
Nice.
Ooh, grats.
Wow, since someone afforded that much.
So let's see. Salihafa, you did not accomplish any of your goals, but you tried. You tried to overpower Itihas, and you tried to get yourself and Kalimat out of the archive, so you get 50 times your level twice.
Okay.
Yes.
Which
so
means
if you stick around, you'll level up.
In the sense of...
yeah, you get 50 times your level once, then you become level 9, and then you become level 8, and then you get 50 times level 8 for the second
7, yeah, but I know.
Or 7, yeah, that's right.
Okay, gotcha.
So you'll get it once for one level, and then you'll get slightly more for the next tier.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. And then Kalimat, you got out of the Archive of the Sun alive.
I did.
So you get, what level are you?
7.
7? Okay, you will get 2,200 experience.
Nice. That's nice.
Can we do like a Halloween show where we're all ghosts and we just we'd all
have to turn our green screen on.
Yeah.
I can't I can't do this unless the background's transparent.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be funny to do a show where we're all just silhouetted.
Yeah, we could.
That's the real trick. Every stream I do is a stream as a ghost because I died 6 weeks ago. Ooh.
Spooky.
That's right. Creepy as fuck.
Spooky. The nice part about being dead for the last half was I figured out a path. Listen to the mix. This is how we're going to end the show. This is what I think I have to do. You need to link bus 1 and bus 2 to the home in the home under home page. Then you got to assign bus 1 or bus 1 plus bus 2 for stereo to the left-right bus from the home to main page and make sure the left-right selection on the left is orange. Then you'll need to check and change the output routing. First, go to routing out menu, 1 to 16. Output 01 should have the main left selected and 02 should have the main right. Next, go to routing card out. Expansion card outputs 1 to 8 should have out 1 to 8 selected. This will output 01 left and output 02 right and Dante 1 and 2. So there we go.
It's simple. It's so simple.
Somebody put Dan's hand in warm water.
I was going to play Bop It for a second there.
See what happens. I think that makes sense. Now I just got to figure it out. Anyways, we're out of here. We're going to go record a post show. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Court of Swords. Or no, you won't. We'll see you guys tomorrow for Drop Frames.
I'm not doing another episode of shit. We got space to go
Frames to. And Roleplay Swan Song 2. We'll see you guys then. More tomorrow. We're out.
Every time he says it.
Bye-bye.
Fuck.